Hello friends, welcome back to the second lecture on unit number 4. In the last lecture, we have discussed about some basic concepts related to trust and trust members. Then we saw the method of analysis, that is method of joints and method of section. Now in today's lecture, we solved some of the numericals on analysis of trusts using the method of joints. Method of joints, as we already discussed this procedure or method of joints in the earlier video, but just shortly we just recall that procedure over here, that the procedure for analysis of truss using method of joint. In the first step, we have to consider the free body diagram of the whole truss and apply the conditions of equilibrium to that. It means that whatever the supports and the external forces given, we have to release those supports in terms of unknown reactions and show it in the free body diagram, as well as the external forces acting on that truss are also shown, and then apply the conditions of equilibrium to the whole truss, that is summation of horizontal forces is 0, summation of vertical forces is 0, and summation of moment is 0. Then in step number 2, we have to consider the free body diagram of a joint. Now preferably we have to select a joint wherever there are two number of unknowns will be there, or the number of unknowns should not be more than 2. It is just because whenever we are considering a joint free body diagram, then in that case it will be the type of concurrent force system, and in case of concurrent force system there are two conditions of equilibrium, summation of horizontal is 0 and summation of vertical is 0. So as there will be two number of unknowns, two number of equations, that joint will be get solved or the unknowns can be determined easily. If you guys are selecting a joint wherever there will be three number of unknowns, then as three unknowns, two equations, you will not get the answer immediately. After one more calculation step, we will get the answers for that. So preferably whenever we are choosing a joint, then in that case we have to choose a joint in a way that there will be the number of unknowns should not be more than 2. Then one by one we have to apply the procedure of drawing the free body diagram and applying the conditions of equilibrium at the different joints one by one till all the forces in a members are determined. After determination of forces in a member, finally we have to summarize the results in terms of a tabular format, that is nothing but member, then nature of force and the magnitude. So now let's solve some of the problems using this method of joint. So first problem, evaluate the forces in the members of the truss as shown below. So here one of the truss A, B, C, D, E is shown in the figure. At the joint C and at the joint E, supports are provided. So at C, it is clearly seen that a symbolic presentation, it is a hinge type of support. And at joint E, with triangle and some rollers, so this is a roller type of support. Then at joint A and at joint B, a vertical force of 10 kN and 5 kN is applied. Again, the horizontal and vertical dimensions of the given truss will be provided over here. So for analyzing this truss, that is nothing but determination of forces in all the members, first of all we have to draw the equilibrium of whole truss and applying the conditions of equilibrium to find out the reactions at support. So at joint C, as there will be hinge joint, so at hinge joint two number of unknown reactions, that is horizontal HC and the vertical reaction VC. Then at joint E, as a roller support, so there will be one unknown reaction, that is RE. Then this angle theta is determined as 53.13, taking an tan inverse of 2.4 divided by 1.8. So theta will be 53.13. So now for this whole truss free body diagram, let's apply the conditions of equilibrium. First condition, summation of horizontal is 0 or summation of Fx is 0. So here there will be only one horizontal force Hc, which is equals to 0. Then taking summation of vertical forces as a 0, so here Re vertically upward, then Vc vertically upward, so Re plus Vc, then 10 vertically downward, 5 vertically downward, so 10 5 15 which is transferred to right hand side, that is equals to 15. So Re plus Vc is equals to 15. Then taking the third condition of equilibrium, summation of moment about point C as a 0. So taking the summation of moment about the point C, so Vc and Hc passing through the C will be 0. Then now whenever we are considering the movement, then it will be considered as taking clockwise movement as positive. So here 10 as vertical force, the perpendicular distance AC equals to 1.8 plus 1.8 plus 1.8 plus 1.8, that is nothing but 7.2, and the nature of movement is anticlockwise in nature, so here minus 10 into 7.2. The next force 5, perpendicular distance is 1.8 plus 1.8, 3.6, and the nature of movement again anticlockwise in nature, therefore negative, so minus 5 into 3.6. Then third force is Re, the perpendicular distance is 1.8 and the nature of movement is clockwise in nature, so it is positive, equals to 0. So solving this, we get Re as 50 kilonewton, and therefore substituting the value of Re in this equation, we get Vc equals to 35 kilonewton. So by considering the equilibrium of whole truss, we have determined the reactions at the supports. Now in step number 2, we have to consider the equilibrium of joint one by one. Preferably we are considering wherever there will be two number of unknowns. So here if you are considered at joint A, 3 forces will be there. Then at joint B, again here the member of unknowns member are 4. Then over here again 2. Here at E 3 members, and then again at D 3 members. So at A and at C there are two number of unknown forces will be acting. So you can consider any one out of these, A or C. So now over here I have considered joint C. So releasing the joint C, at joint C here a member BC is there and a member CE is there, and then the reactions VC and HC will be there. So here the reactions VC and HC are shown, then member BC. Now initially we are assuming all the member forces are tensile in nature, and when we are solving it, if we are getting the negative sign convention, means our assumption is wrong, the member force is acting in a compression. So BC shown as a tensile force, then angle is 53.13. Second member is FCE. Now here FCE is the inclined member, so resolved into horizontal and vertical components. So this horizontal member is cos FCE cos 53.13 and vertical member is FCE sin 53.13, as the angle is made with respect to x-axis. Now this will be the concurrent type of force system. So applying the conditions of equilibrium, summation of H as a 0, taking here HC positive, then minus FBC, then minus FCE cos of 53.13. Then taking summation of vertical as a 0, so here VC upward force, then which is we already determined here as a 35. Then next is here minus FCE sin of 53.13. So here sin of 53.13 acting downward, so negative. So minus FCE then plus VC. So F minus FCE equals to 35. So here solving this, we get FCE as 43.75 as negative, therefore acting compression in nature, and substituting the value of FCE in first equation, we get FBC as 26.25 positive, that is tensile in nature. Then taking the next joint E. So at joint E, here Re is the reaction. So Re is a 50 kilonewton. Then a horizontal member at E, members are here DE, then BC and CE. 3 members were there and 1 reaction. So here FDE, FBE, FCE and reaction RE. So FBE and FCE are resolved into horizontal and vertical components. Angle is given as a 53.13 degree. So here, applying the conditions of equilibrium, summation of horizontal as a 0, FCE cos 53.13 minus FBE cos 53.13 minus FD equals to 0. Then next, summation of vertical 0, FCE sin 53.13 plus FBE sin 53.13, then plus 50. So now, substituting the value of FCE as minus 43.75 in this equation, finally we determine, and solving this equation we determine the FBE as 18.75 as it is minus, so compressive in nature, and FDE is 15 kilonewton, the positive value, therefore tensile in nature. Next, consider joint B. So here, at joint B, the member are AB, then BD, then BE and BC. So 4 members, 1 vertical force. So FAB, FBC, then FBD, FBE and 5 kilonewton force. So again, FBD and FBE get resolved into horizontal and vertical components, and applying the conditions of equilibrium, plus FBC minus FAB minus FBD cos 53.13 plus FBE cos 53.13 equals to 0. Then vertical forces minus 5 minus FBD sin 53.13 minus FBE sin 53.13 equal to 0. Now substituting the value of FBE from the previous case over here, in this equation we solved FBD equals to 12.5 kilonewton, and then substituting the value of FBD in this equation we determine the FAB as a 7.5 kilonewton. Both values are positive, so it is a tension in nature. Then considering joint D, that is at joint D, so over here 3 members AD, BD and DE. So over here member AD, member BD and member DE. So AD and BD again get resolved into horizontal and vertical components, and then applying the conditions of equilibrium, summation of horizontal forces at 0 and summation of vertical forces at 0, determining the unknown value FAD as a minus 12.5, that is compression in nature. So in this way we have determined all the unknown forces, that is FCE, BC, then BE, DE, then BD, AB and ED. And then finally we have summarized the results into a tabular form: the member, then force in the member and the nature of member, whether it is in compression or in tension. Now let's solve one more problem. Second, the truss is supported by a roller at C and hinge at A. Find the forces in all the members of the truss. So here ABC is the truss shown, in which at A hinge support is there, at B roller support is there, and at B here 10 kilonewton force is applied in horizontal direction. So the first step, draw the free body diagram of the whole truss. So releasing support A, so hinge support 2 unknown reaction HA and VA, then roller support 1 unknown reaction RC, 10 kilonewton is the horizontal external force acting. So now applying the conditions of equilibrium to this whole truss, the first, summation of Fx as a 0, so 10 positive minus HA, so HA equals to 10 kilonewton, then taking summation of Fy, VA plus RC is equal to 0, you can say RC equals to minus VA, then taking summation of moment about A point as a 0. So here at point A moment is considered as a 0, and considering the moment anti-clockwise negative, or we can say clockwise as a positive. So 10 multiplied by perpendicular distance is a vertical distance, as the force is horizontal, so perpendicular distance is vertical, 3 meter. So 10 into 3, and the nature of movement is clockwise in nature, so here positive. Then RC, vertical force, horizontal distance is a perpendicular, 5.2, and the nature of movement is anti-clockwise in direction, so minus. Solving this, RC as a 5.77 and therefore VA equals to minus 5.77. So in this way, by applying the condition of equilibrium to whole truss, we get the 3 unknown reactions. Now in step number 2, we have to consider the joint equilibrium. So considering a joint A. So at joint A, here there are two members FAB and FAC and one unknown reaction. Two unknown reactions. So two reactions HAVA, FAB and FAC. Applying summation of Fx, FAC equals to 10 and summation of Fy, FAB equals to 5.77. Then taking joint C. At joint C, two unknown members again AC, then BC and one vertical reaction. So here FAC, FBC and RC, the force BC is resolved into horizontal and vertical components. Applying the conditions of equilibrium, summation of Fx as a 0, over here we get FBC equals to 11.55 minus, it means it is a compressive type of force. So in this way, the force in the three members are determined. So finally we are summarizing the forces AB, AC and BC and the nature of force. So here it is shown AB tension, BC in compression and AC in tension. Let's see one more problem for analysis of truss. Determine the magnitude and nature of forces in all the members of the roof truss as shown in figure. So here a truss is shown ABCD, in which at B and at D supports were provided and at A and C external forces are acting. Here the internal angles are determined by applying the geometrical conditions, that is theta A means this angle is equals to, this horizontal distance is 2.8 and vertical is 4.5, so tan inverse of 2.8 by 4.5. Then theta B equals to this tan inverse of 4.5 by 2.8. Then theta C again tan inverse of 4.5 by 2.8, or we can say these two are the opposite angles, so are same. Then theta D equals to again 2.8 tan inverse of 2.8 by 4.5. So first step of solving, considering the free body diagram of whole truss. So at B there are hinge supports, so two unknown reaction. At A roller support, one unknown reaction. So here at B HB and VB, then at D RD. So applying the conditions of equilibrium, so HB positive plus RD positive minus 8.4 minus 8.4, equation number 1. Then summation of Fy, only one vertical force FVB, that is equals to 0. Then taking the moment about point A as a 0, considering clockwise as a positive or anti-clockwise as a negative, both the meaning is same. So here 8.4 a horizontal force, so perpendicular distance is a vertical distance which is given as 4.5 meter. So here 8.4 into 4.5 and the nature of movement is anti-clockwise in nature, so negative. Then this 8.4 is passing through point B, so perpendicular distance is 0. Next RD into perpendicular distance is this vertical, again 4.5 and the nature of movement is again anti-clockwise in nature, so minus RD into 4.5. So solving this we get RD reaction as 8.4 kilonewton, and substituting in this equation we get HB equals to 25.2 kilonewton. So in this way we determine the unknown reaction. Then next we have to draw the free body diagram of joints. So considering joint A, at joint A two members AB and AC and one external force 8.4. So AB, AC and here external force of 8.4. So now here resolving AB into horizontal and vertical component, the angle is made with respect to vertical. So or either you can calculate the angle with respect to horizontal, or further you can assign the cos to the vertical component and sine to the horizontal. Any way you can solve it. So here we determine the angle with respect to horizontal is 58.1. So FAB into cos of 58.1 minus 8.4 equals to 0. So FAB is minus 15.9, or we can say in compressive force. Then taking summation of Fy as a 0, FAB sine of 58.1 minus FAC, substituting the value of AB over here, determine AC as a 13.5 kilonewton in tension. Then considering the joint, next joint, that is nothing but the joint D over here. So at joint D, members are BD and CD and the reaction RD. So here the force is, this force is considered over here. Then at this 8.4 is the nothing but the RD reaction, then force is FBD, and then CD is resolved into horizontal and vertical component. Again the angle made with respect to horizontal is 58.1. So solving this, summation of Fx as a 0, FCD positive cos of 58.1 minus 8.4. So FCD equals to 15.9 kilonewton in tension. Then taking summation of Fy, FBD vertically upward positive plus FCD sine of 58.1. Solving this, we get FBD as a minus 13.5, that is compression. Then considering the equilibrium of joint B, at B reactions HB, then VB is 0. Then next members FBD, FBC and FAB. So again resolving FAB into horizontal and vertical components, and then applying the conditions of equilibrium, summation of Fx as a 0, 20 HB 25.2 plus FAB cos of 58.1 plus FBC equals to 0. Substituting the value of FAB in this one, we get FBC as a 16.8 kilonewton negative, that is nothing but the compressive in nature. So in this way, one by one we have to consider the joint to determine the unknown force members. So here finally tabulate the result, members, then force in kilonewton, and the nature of force, compression or tension. So in this way you can solve a number of problems for truss analysis following the steps using the method of joints. Thank you. In the next video we saw the second method of analysis of truss, that is nothing but method of section. Till that, thank you.